Hey everybody, it's Cam with Hope to Canine. This is Zen. Got Wheezy, Laz, Chubbs is around here somewhere. Happy Friday to you if you're on the replay. It's noon on Friday for me here in San Diego, and we are going through a very schizophrenic season right now. There's Chubbs. Chubbs is here boarding. I say schizophrenic because it's just been all 4 seasons within the last 6 hours. Freezing cold overnight, put the down comforter on the bed. Then it felt like spring for a bit this morning, cozy in sweats and a sweatshirt in the house. Now it feels like it's about 83 degrees and really too warm. It's just nuts. So Zen's here. Just wanted to remind you guys, he's fostering with us because he's one of our adoptable dogs through the program. He's been previously trained by Hope to Canine. And I wanted you to just see, once again, how dog social he is. He's great with all dogs that I've thrown him in with. He's a fabulous just house dog for us here, companion. Really acts like the perfect pet. Absolutely loves his buddies, loves to play and romp, but he's really easy, low key, low energy. People have asked me about him as a running partner. Nope, he doesn't dig that. He's pretty lazy, actually. He gasses out pretty quick. He likes to. These two are really good pals. He also adores Crosby, the yellow lab here. They're really good buds. So with that said, we really want him to go to a home with another dog because he's just so much more balanced and happy. You just get to see a tremendous amount more personality from him. And let's take you guys down below and we'll see if we can fix the connection challenges, make that a little bit better for you. Again, if you're brand new to our organization, you're not familiar with our adoption program, our dogs have full off-leash training. They walk beautifully in a heel. They're crate trained. Zen has some baggage around separation anxiety issues in the past. Come on, Chubby. What are you doing? Chubbs, let's go. Come on, let's go. This is Chubbs. He's boarding. He's not available. I'd really like his family to adopt Zen, though. So, let's all vie for that plan, right? They're so cute together. They get along great. 2 little pocket pitties. Anyway, our dogs are fully trained before they get placed. You get training sessions with us to know how to use the tools and manage the structure and the, various success strategies that have been put in place to achieve the results that we have with them. This dog cannot live in a home with cats. That's his one stipulation. He needs to go to a home with another dog pal, and he cannot go to a home with a cat. So don't even entertain the possibility whatsoever. It will not be an option. But yeah, you do a couple sessions with us. Let me flip you. Hey. You do a couple sessions with us. We teach you how to use e-collar, the commands language, the structure, the strategies that work to, get this nice, calm, fabulous dog. Loves to go in the car. He's really pretty independent a lot of the times too. Like if it's up to him, he'll choose to just go and lay down in a dog bed and hang out. Even if there's a whole bunch of action going on. He's really very, very low key, very easy. I think he's 5 years old. Anyway, I gave you the link. Just share him out for us if you would. If it's not, you that's interested, maybe someone he's here in San Diego, but he can be adopted out of state. We do that. You do have to transport, come here, do your training sessions and transport your dog home with you. But he is just an awesome little personality. And if I had the space in my life and set up, I would keep him. He's just awesome. I really, really don't say that often. So anyway, guys, Fix It Friday wise, no questions submitted today. So I'm going to pop over into the Raising a Rockstar group and actually talk about adding a dog when you already have behavioral issues in another dog, and what are the 3 main things that I believe should be addressed in any existing dog in the home before another dog is added, because a lot of times people will add a dog to the home thinking it will solve for those behavior challenges, and that is not good logic. There are, however, some things that are more important than others to prioritize resolving before you bring in another dog to the pack, and some things that are not nearly as risky, if you will, to combine pack mates around. So I'm going to pop over into the Raising a Rockstar group and talk about what I believe are the three sort of non-negotiable issues that you should focus on resolving before you bring another dog into the home. And talk with the group there, because it's our puppy raising group. Oh, you guys going to take this toy? Here you go. You can take that away. I believe there are, very few things that work out okay when you add another dog if there are behavior issues already, but some things that are, more conflicting than others to risk influencing, because dogs influence each other so much, for better, for worse. A lot of the logic, ends up being, if I have a playmate for my dog, they'll be tired enough that they won't do the things that are troubling me. Or if I, get a companion for my dog, they won't be so upset when I have to leave them behind. But, unfortunately, what often ends up happening is you not only have one dog with challenges, but now you have two and you're outnumbered, right? Or three or four or five, which sometimes happens. We get contact forms for training clients looking for support all the time, who have added 3, 4, or 5 dogs to their home, and now it's a clusterfuck, and it's really, really hard to undo the damage without rehoming dogs. And once you have fighting amongst the dog pack because of that compounding stress and those undealt with, unresolved issues, then you're really, up a creek without a paddle sometimes. So I'll pop over into Raising a Rockstar, but one topic that had been suggested as well before I jumped on was just looking at opening up freedom for dogs and starting to give them more opportunity once you've done a bit of a lockdown or a boot camp, or your dog's been through a training program. How do you determine, what the red flags are when you start to allow more freedom and, give the dog more autonomy? Chubbs is starting to do some zoomies, and they're really, really hilarious. So if he does it again, I'm going to flip you around and let you enjoy that. Hey, we're not digging. Let's see. He may or may not. He is getting Laszlo all zipped up. Oh, you guys aren't going to do it, are you? So this is Zen. Once again, just a happy, ridiculous, cute, lovely little dog. I'm getting literally pelted with dirt, if you can imagine. Zen, what are you doing? He's adoptable. This is the one that's available. These are the ones that are being ridiculous. When Chubbs gets excited and he starts doing zoomies, it's actually pretty entertaining. Oh, man. Okay, so all this happiness. See if I can focus back to my answer for you. When you start to open up freedom and give your dogs opportunity to be, autonomous in their choices. Chubbs, no. Hey, guys, I can't focus. Come on now. Stop. You're looking for, on the most basic level, you're looking for the small moments that those don't start slipping. So for example, in our program, we super prioritize that dogs are respectful at doorways. Okay, we call that a threshold. A threshold can be the car, the house, the crate, whatever. We don't care about obedience positions per se. A lot of dog owners, you guys like to say sit, wait, sit. You do this whole dance at the door. I prefer to correct the dog out of an overexcited state of mind, a pushy, rude state of mind, meaning they are assuming they can go ahead of you, or they're rushing with you to the door and they're getting overly excited and aroused. I prefer to correct that and in turn see a byproduct of that adjusted attitude and mental state become the sit or the down. But I didn't have to ask for it. The dog offers it because they're now in a more respectful state of mind. So thresholds is a really, really important thing that we train dogs to see as transition zones where Laszlo, they're required to slow down, offer that calmness and connection, and not be rude and pushy and presumptive. If you start to offer your dog more freedom and autonomy, they're not so much in a lockdown stage. You're allowing them to hang out and have freedom of choice. and you start to notice that those thresholds are sloppy, right? The dog is no longer automatically slowing down, looking at you, hesitating, asking for permission, waiting to be invited. There's an indication for you that you may need to be firmer about those little moments again, and up your expectations of precision and up your intensity of correction. So early and firm is the name of the game here. Okay. Don't wait until you're locked in a battle physically trying to move ahead of the dog fast enough, or negotiating with your dog again, right? Sit, wait, no, hey, all that nonsense of chatter that we do when we're trying to, you know, I don't know what you're trying to do, honestly, because it's not intuitive to me to do it. But a lot of people do this where they start to have a conversation with their dog that's just enabling, right? It's just enabling. It's a situation where you're nagging, or you're stoking the fire, if you will, of excitement. You're adding energy to an excited dog, an over aroused, pushy dog. Oh, I didn't expect allergies when I came out here, but look at that. Okay, so stop talking to them and check them more firmly earlier as you see this presumptive behavior mounting. Does that make sense? Y'all give me a little like thumbs up if that makes sense. Because that's where things start to fall apart. It's that little shit. It's that little stuff, those little moments where your dog has more freedom, they have more autonomy, they're making good choices of laying down and being on place, right? Or just hanging out. They're not barking like they used to. They're not scanning at the window and being obnoxious or defensive or territorial like they used to, perhaps. But you go to get the mail out of the mailbox, right? And you start to approach the door, and here comes Fido. Oh, yeah, me too. No, that needs to be a moment you prioritize sharing a boundary and a consequence that says, this is still not acceptable. The standard is up here for how you need to be operating when it comes to my house, my space, um, you know, becoming excited and overstimulated. You still have to manage and have that impulse control to turn it down in these transition moments. Okay. So that would be one cue that I would say your dog is either not getting enough accountability, and the corrections are not firm enough in general, or that freedom is starting to erode your credibility and the respect that you need to have from your dog. And then this cascades, and it begins to affect potentially the behavior on the walk, behavior when people come over, that reactivity, not creating and being calm and quiet like they, should or would or could. Um, and so those thresholds, be mindful, right? Every intersection, coming out of the crate, going through doorways, coming out of the car. These are really important little moments where your dog is pinging oftentimes between so much arousal, stimulation, and excitement based on all that odor they're collecting or that patterning they've experienced, right? Just the sheer fact that it's fun to go outside or go to the park or go for a car ride and do this or that. Remind them at every intersection that this is a privilege to be involved with me, to be included in this activity. This is how you get access to me, is in a calm, respectful state of mind, not the alternative. And then you're going to have that maintenance success a lot more reliably. Okay. Um, so watch for things like that. Watch for that erosion of those little moments of thoughtfulness. And around food, resources. So we teach an out command and a series of manners additionally expected around any resource: toys, food, treats, affection, coming up on the furniture. These are all things that are, part of that paycheck for your dog. And if you begin to notice that as you've allowed that dog freedom of choice, they're roaming, they're spending more time out of the crate or having autonomy to make choices, whatever they want to do with themselves. If you're noticing that they're not asking for permission to come up on the furniture, they're not asking for permission to enter into the food bowl or take the toy, this again would be that area to be more firm earlier with boundaries and consequences, to say, hey, don't let that attitude start creeping in again, that presumption, that pushiness, or they're going to have to lose the freedom and you have to go backwards in your boot camp strategies. Okay. So I'm going to give you that 20 cents for today. If you have any other questions that you'd like me to address, however, you can always drop them in a live comment stream like here, like so, like that. Or you can post them when the prompts go up each week, inviting you to submit, or you can always email them. You can email Cameron at hope2canine.com and provide your questions there. And then as we do little touch bases with you on Fridays, we'll address them. We'll speak to those questions that you might have, okay? But I'm going to pop into the Raising Rockstar group, talk about additions to dogs and kind of my three, you know, top priorities of behavior resolution before adding another dog. The things that I think cause people the most significant challenge long term, if not addressed before adding another dog. And motivated by the fact I have two duos here in training right now, two different households, actually three represented right now because I've got a boarding duo, which are a very good example of how to blend the right dog at the right time. Callie and Jasper, because Jasper was adopted by us or from us to a client who had their dog trained by us. So that was the perfect setup over, a period of time to create tremendous success. They're super well matched. They've just done exceedingly well. Not perfect. They've had their challenges, but exceedingly well by comparison to, the two dogs in two households we are training right now, which are, more expensive, more involved, more time consuming to get the resolution that the owners are looking for, of course, and just definitely not the preferred approach. So I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. It's been lovely hanging with you for a moment, and I'll show you some happy little pitties that I think should live together. Chubby's wants to adopt Zen Zen. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Don't you think they should go together? Clients are going to kill me. All right, gang, help us find this guy a home so I can take more deployment boarding dogs. There's a ship leaving soon. We've had massive requests, and I have no room in the inn, which bums me out. I really like to do the deployment boarding for our service members, but until Zen Zen moves out, there's no space. There's no space. All right, guys, thanks a million. Talk to you soon.